Hello and welcome to another episode of Duos in Destiny, where two sommeliers sit here and swirl their cups and smack their lips for your audio pleasure.
A little ASMR for you. I'm new at this.
I am your Dungeon Master, Logan, and I'd like to give a very special shout out to Jason Wardell of In the Vast Forest on Spotify and Bandcamp. Can you hear those sweet, sweet tones and the sweet whispers of Brandon? We'd also like to give a very special shout out to Roll for Sketching on Instagram. Be sure to check her out for all the sweet, sweet art that she produces, specifically a lot for us, but elsewhere she produces for friends, family, and if you ask her nicely, for you as well.
You can do it.
So be sure to check out both of them on all those platforms I just plugged, Spotify and Bandcamp, Instagram, Roll for Sketching, and In the Vast Forest. I almost lost my train of thought.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So I'm going to pass it over to you so I can distract you.
Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, depending on where you may be in the beautiful world that we exist in. My name is Brandon, and I'm your player here at Duos in Destiny. And guys, it's episode number 37, and we couldn't be more thankful that you decided to join us along this journey. The journey of the Starhammer, of Carson Hallobrand, and our dear friend Pizor. We are having a blast, having a ball, and all the fun we could ever want. But don't forget, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, hit that little bell, get those notifications straight to your phone so you know when we post and you can see those fresh information. If you are curious about any of our social medias, check out the description. We've got everything: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Spotify. If you need a mobile listen. But Spotify's pretty cool because you can watch the video or listen to the audio only, so it's a pretty sweet tool. I believe, without further ado though, that takes us directly into tonight's Commander's Log. A rather serious conversation, I would say, from Carson's perspective, that is, between himself and the dear Octavian Crimson within Raftport's underground bunker. I envision it like just like a nuclear bunker, you know?
It's kind of like a missile silo, honestly.
Yeah. Many topics were discussed from all sorts of different things, but ultimately left there with some new information. And still kept some cards on the table, hopefully. In return, Carson talked with King in Milljaw, laid out a couple of things, gave a couple of recommendations on his behalf before he leaves. And the big thing is Carson got talked to by females again. That was a very intense moment at the end. Wham Bam Choo Choo Train warmed me up, asking our elves to do their thing. It was interesting. So make sure to hopefully you really caught that, because it had my blood boiling. And ultimately, at the very end, Carson showed his faith, his divine might, and his divine strength in a very broad demonstration of what he hoped would be well received by all the people of the denizens of either Raftport, NT, or the Raw Wasp. If we am not mistaken, we ended with Carson still floating directly above the statue of our dear friend Carlisle, above the small pond where the waterfall falls in. And I will give a gentle reminder to our beautiful Dungeon Master that my wings only last for 1 minute, and Carson would absolutely be thinking about that. So I know I don't have very much time at all, so I will definitely land so I don't plunge and look like a goofball at the end of doing something cool. So
That'd be the perfect ending.
toss back.
I got it in both hands. You tossed two?
Yes.
There was nothing in this hand. Anyways, so we're diving back into tonight's episode. Not diving back, we're diving right into tonight's episode. Episode 37 of Commander's Log. It's kind of a big one. Wow. So hot off the heels of your display of chosen divinity, All around you is this raucous outcry from the crowd, crying out to Themis, the Rawas crying out to the moon, Diphus itself. And you feel this surge inside you of a hot presence, like the brand on your chest burns brightly. All of the symbols of Themis throughout the city are glowing. Amulets are held high. Shouts of devotion all around you, and you sat, wings flapping, right above the statue of Carlisle Colchester. I'll leave it to you what you do.
Being very conscious that my wings will apparate very quickly, as a minute in this time will probably pass very fast. I think I would just gently at this point glide down right to the the precipice of the water and the walkway, like the walkway around it, and I will land just gently in the water. Then I'll step up on the small ledge that I would assume that holds the water, and I'll just continue to chant, and then I'll say, "Your will is strong, every single one of you. The gods require us to follow them, to lead with their examples, and we can be that power. We can bring them back into our lives and ultimately the crystal sphere's lives. Temples will be made that will worship. Faith will be drawn from their worship. New lives of divine matter, clerics, apostles, sages, things people will take into their power to the study of these gods, our gods, to heart. We will live our lives by new standards that will elevate us to make us better. I ask you now, continue your outreach. Let your words be heard. And those who wish to step into the shoes of the clerics of Themis, be not shy, because your mission is important. Anybody that wants to speak, I will be here all night. I will stay here all night until every last one of you have the opportunity to speak with me if that's what you wish. And then I think I just step down into the group of people and
yeah, it's kind of one of those movie moments where hands are just reaching out to you and just kind of like,
just kidding.
They're grasping, not like grasping for you, but they're just kind of like laying their hands on you. Not offerings, but like symbols of Themis and books of prayer are like presented to you almost in like asking for blessings. And over the course of 15, 30 minutes-ish, it slowly dies down to where people start milling about. I guess prior to that, right after your speech, there is up above you the sound of thunderous booms from the encircling gym runners. They all fire off their cannons, much smaller in size than the Starhammer themselves. So it's not like as an exploding boom as you would anticipate from the Starhammer, but let alone they're still, miniaturized bombards, and there is all of them resounding throughout the air in like a loud cheer before finally everything kind of settles down. And you would know that a banquet was organized, so that there's basically a large spread of food that is ready for the people. It's kind of like a potluck kind of situation where people go off and they start eating and celebrate and enjoying the evening as kind of like a large festival itself. And the course of the night goes on. I don't know if there's any role play you would wish to do throughout that course of the night, or you just like to play it out.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those moments where it's like so much greater than me by all means. And so through the tiredness of anything, I stay there as long as absolutely. I would say I'd be like the last person to leave, outside of maybe a couple drunkards who just took advantage of the free stuff, But like, yeah, anybody wants to speak, anybody wants to ask questions, anything that, if I can, I probably start to like anybody that's super interested in being clerics, I try to like start establishing that group, you know, because I just like subconsciously just kind of had this feeling like, okay, maybe it's Carson's kind of ideology, or not ideology, but it's his job to kind of establish a temple. Not that I need to run it by any means, but I should need to establish it so to get it in place.
Yeah.
And clerics and goodness, it's not apostles or sages. There's another word that I'm just going blank on. What would be the initial acolytes?
Yes.
So getting those acolytes, started, even if a few, half a dozen, whatever may be, but being able to find those powers and could be very important to have that cleric presence, from that in the
absolutely.
city. So, and it kind of sets a standard to start worshiping other gods too.
Yeah.
We have to place that first domino in order to like kind of show, obviously we kind of had it in Tormengard with Olgri, but that was so well established from time that this is something fresh. You don't have that massive years of expertise already sitting there to kind of go, oh, of course, this is how we worship him. So,
and you would know that in the rush to get settled and make new lives on NT, there really wasn't an establishment of a temple, of a clerical order. Excuse me. And so there really hasn't been anything that's pushed forward the worship of Themis himself. And before too long, after you've been sitting and talking with people, a large line has formed, and it's just one after the other. Sometimes people come in groups to speak with you. You kind of take a break. Someone has passed you a drink or some food. And after you look up after your break, Zishan is standing right next to you. And he's like, I'm very proud of everything you've done. My father would be proud. I can feel a changing within me already.
Can you really?
It's like a stirring. Something I haven't felt in ages.
It's the power of love. I know it sounds corny, and I don't mean it like that. But it's the power of the connections of what these gods, you, truly mean to these people. It's one thing to wake up every day and walk around aimlessly and hope for the life you've wanted and get struck down by disease, curses, illnesses, losing your job, something happened. But knowing that you have something in your corner, someone that is looking out for you, means so much. More than I think it's easy to put into words. And that's what you are, Z.
It is faith and belief. And I finally feel that within me again.
I'm so happy.
Thank you, Carson.
Congratulations.
What can I do to help?
Big picture?
Right now. I know my next steps. It's time we establish a temple here.
Find somewhere beautiful. I just envision all the temples close. I think that's important. I don't know why. We were coming from a time frame where you were hunted for who you were, separated out to the ether, scattered into individuals. And I think now is the time that we bring that back into a collective and bring you back as a family. I just think that all the temples being close to each other and working together in a way, I think that could be very beneficial for the people, showing them that all gods are beneficial. People may pick one or the other. Absolutely. I'm partial. I love you, but Themis is my guy. you know, but to show that apostles, acolytes of, Themis may be working with the acolytes of Zishen, or of Tiara, or I think Perdona,
Perdona, yes.
working together and keeping, this garden together and doing these things together, the streets together, helping each other out, just, I think, sets the example.
I like that.
You know,
I can work with the king, obviously, to figure out a good place for it. Honestly, it might be hubris, but if the king is up behind the waterfall, maybe we are behind the waterfall at the lake level, or even at the top of the waterfall.
around, and I kind of look around because we're kind of still looking there. I go, man. I mean, the top is cool, but if I'm not mistaken, it appears that most of the denizens are in those lower levels, and I think that's where we need to be close to.
It would be a temple for all the people.
Yes.
Not hard to reach.
No.
Integrated into the city. And all of the gods together.
It's kind of the center point.
Mm.
They built the city around this beautiful waterfall, and it's beautiful. And it'd be really beautiful with some lovely temples behind it.
I agree.
That's a great idea, Z. Great idea.
I think I kind of actually have a cool idea where the main temple splits the waterfall and it cascades down either side of it.
Oh, wow.
My wheels are spinning, so.
Yeah, you've got two dungeon masters just being creative as could be. Because if you had just like a main temple and then it had an offshoot to the different gods within it, so you just had a collective entry point.
Mm-hmm. And create archways that walk up to it.
Yes.
Beautiful gardens that are fed off the runoff from the waterfall.
Yes.
I like this. But we're not here for us right now. We're here for them, and he gestures towards the people. And there's people in the waiting kind of watching the two of you talk, and immediately they surge forward and kind of encapsulate the both of you in conversation. And it goes on till the wee hours of the morning, probably 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning into the next day. And your eyes are getting heavy, and the last person to grace your presence is the old gnomish man that sold you your armor, that made you his armor. And he says to you,
I'm just so pleased with everything you've done. I was so inspired by Themis, and since coming to this new place, I felt lost. You've inspired me. I have to go open a new shop. I had retired, but I'm too young to retire.
Yeah, I would have thought so. You've got many years ahead of you.
I have many years behind me, and expertise. It's time I put that to use.
Yes.
thank you, and he kind of takes both hands and shakes them vigorously.
Did you just wake up, or did you go, have you been up the whole time?
I've been waiting.
Oh, okay.
But I took a nap, truthfully, for a while. I sat down and fell asleep, and so when I woke up, everybody was gone, and I thought, oh, now's my opportunity.
I think you would be the perfect person to lead a new artisan guild here.
Well, wow.
I mean, from, taking everything that you made the finest things on Tovengard that we had. And to be fair, armaments and weaponry is more important now than it would have ever been back home, as it was kind of a cliche thing. But now it means something. Your usefulness is absolutely needed.
That really gets me thinking. Oh, well, I've got to get a petition started. I don't even know how to start a guild.
We'll get someone in contact with you.
Would you?
Don't worry. Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
1 second, and he kind of pulls out a piece of parchment, scribbles down, and he gives you his address.
Thank you.
No, thank you, Carson. If you ever need anything, absolutely anything, come find me.
Okay.
I would love to collaborate again.
Absolutely. Well, if you ever get the juices flowing and you think of anything, you know what my size is.
I do. 36, 44, double Ds, I think.
See? You knew it well.
Good night, cousin.
Good night.
And he leaves and kind of like gives an odd glance to Zishan. And then it's just you and Zishan
I forgot
standing
his
on the
name.
lakeshore.
And I felt so bad.
It's
But
okay.
Didn't seem to bug him.
You'll find that
He made my armor.
it's beautiful.
Yeah, he's very, very, very good. He's talented.
If it makes you feel any better, the DM also forgot his name.
Yeah, that just makes me feel phenomenal, actually. Thank you. See, you are the god of knowledge for a reason.
Yes. But it's somewhere up there,
Yeah.
and somewhere in the notes.
Yeah.
But just takes too much time and effort to find it.
Are you fine with staying? It doesn't bug you that
Here, on
Yeah.
NT, no, not at all.
Okay.
I think this is the place for me. Truthfully, I need to help my kin. Tiara, Zabre, Perdona, they're up there. And he points to the moon that still sits looming in the sky.
You feel like they're all up there.
That would be the three witches, yes.
Oh.
Life, nature, and magic. Tiara had a third child, but not as close.
Who's their third child?
Let me look at my notes. I have it written down here in my scrolls. And he pulls out a book and starts leafing through it because he
You
cannot
don't know
remember.
your cousin's names. There's only like 20 of you. I mean, it's kind of disrespectful if you don't know them. Tell them.
How did you know that so fast? Is it really?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
And actually, that is not it is not her daughter, it is her son, her only son. He was the god of metallic dragons, and truthfully, he went off to do his own thing most of the time, so.
But you think that all three of them are stuck in Dythus?
I do, yes.
But why are they coming down here to do... that's the only thing I'm struggling with. If they're able to leave to do that, is it just because they're bored?
My best guess is it's the influence of their power reaching down from the moon and influencing this area.
Like an echo of their spirit.
Something like that.
They've been bottled up for so long.
But their power is not like that that bound femurs.
So it's different. It's almost, you think that they are protecting themselves?
That is my best assumption. I would assume, just as Themis protected me, Tiara has protected her children. Or at least her daughters.
Okay. Well, if I may, in your off time, you're going to have your hands full, and I already know that. If you can continue to do a little bit of research on that, I feel like we need to kind of... I thought about going up there, but if she is holding herself there willingly, I don't want to jeopardize anything or put myself in immediate harm. So I wonder if I shouldn't not accelerate, but head for the Thry-Kreen that we had talked about. I think you were there when we had that meeting. Kind of go down that avenue first, get a little bit more understanding there, hopefully gain some ally, and then when I can get the time to come back, if you can have some knowledge and kind of confirm, if possible, that that's what's happening there and maybe what to do. And hopefully you'll feel a little better by then, and maybe that'll mean something too if you'll accompany us with a little bit more gusto behind you.
I have ideas,
Okay.
for sure. But you need rest more than anything.
You do too.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
After centuries of forced rest, I don't feel like I can right now.
That's fair.
Too much to do.
Well, I think we'll be here for one more day.
Okay.
And we'll leave the following morning.
So today technically would be the 20th.
Correct.
So you'll leave the 21st?
We'll leave tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Catch up
Come find me if you need me.
Catch some rest then.
I must begin planning, of course, and hopefully begin work on the temples. Take the proposal to the king.
Very good. Thank you, Z.
Travel safe.
I will.
You have all the gods on your side.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
It's nothing but the truth. Now get some
Right.
rest.
Are you walking back up this way?
I think I was going to stay here for a while.
Okay.
Stare at the waterfall.
That statue.
The gift.
His name's Carlisle.
I have heard his legends, yes.
He was my captain initially.
That is why you only call yourself the commander, isn't it? I'm sorry for your loss.
You know, I've put him out of my mind. I haven't thought much about him, not negatively, but because it hurts. You know, he saved my life. I was, for all intents and purposes, I was dead. If anybody else would have walked into that bar, I don't know that I'd still be here today. But he, I can say it now safely, but he was a big goober, ultimately. It's the smartest man you'd ever meet, maybe outside of yourself, of course, no offense, God of knowledge and all, but he was incredibly intelligent. But it was his creativeness that made him smart.
You really idolize him, don't you?
You know, and it's not that he was a father figure to me, but he was a big brother, which is almost even more special when you never had one. You know, I always had to set the example for my younger brother, Corvin, and I never had someone do that for me. So having somebody walk me into a space that I'd always dreamed about, but yet know nothing, was special. I'll always regret not being able to find his answer that he needed. How he got here.
How he got here.
The Dwarven god, that is, yeah.
Where he's from.
Yeah.
I wish I knew. I know back long ago, Gif were found here. I mean, they were found various places, but
He said he didn't feel right. I just feel bad that he never knew what his real home was. It's not that he didn't feel like he had a home, but to know where he came from. If he had a mother and a father, brothers and sisters, or, you know.
you have a chance to make that right. To find out where he's from.
I know. I plan on it. It's sitting there in the back of my mind.
I urge you, and I don't want to sound offensive, I urge you not to forget about him like you have. Think about him every day. If that's truly why you're here, keep that in your heart. You're an inspiration for everybody here. So don't forget where your inspiration came from.
You're right.
Be the man he thought you were.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize. Just a little bit of wisdom from my time. If it helps. I'll run along.
Okay. Good night, Z.
Good night, Carson.
Just a small little head bow.
Famous is with you as always.
He's with both of us.
That he is.
And I will go to the ship. I'm going to sleep at the ship tonight.
It's quite the walk to get one all the way around the pond to lake kind of situation.
Nice. I want it.
And it's very peaceful. There are a few people out that are mostly sitting in contemplative states, looking out upon the river or the water, looking out up at the stars. You pass a couple that have notebooks out and seem to be sketching some kind of inspiration to them. And many of them kind of like stop and watch you as you pass. They don't interrupt. They don't bother you. They just watch you pass. You finally make your way to the escalator that takes you up. You ride it all the way up to the ring that holds the sky docks. You make your way over to the Starhammer. You find yourselves early in the morning, probably 3 or 4 a.m., alone on a quiet ship.
I go to my room. I grab my pillow. And I have a nice, like, real thick, like, knitted, like, Afghan. And then I grab Hal. And we walk to the fantail deck. And I go to sleep there.
You notice there's a slight difference with Hal himself. His eyes have this like small luminescence to them that just kind of shimmers and wasn't there before.
Is Hal a god?
Is Hal a god? Make a religion check or an insight check? I don't know what that would be.
That's a natural 19. Boys and girls, I've had one sitting with me this whole time. Insight, that would be an 18.
Okay. Read some of the traits off of from the Blood Hunter. I know there was.
Let me just pull up all the Blood Hunter stuff here.
Well, like the features and
like
traits.
Psychometry, like that one specifically.
I know that one is related to evil objects.
Yeah. So are you speaking about?
Bottom. I'm at full minute. You at full minion. Boom. Boom.
That's not the laugh. Can you do laugh?
No.
That's wrong too.
I couldn't tell you the last time I watched Despicable.
Gosh.
It'd be despicable if I told
Of you.
Yeah.
Get it, guys? Goodness. That's for tracking. Class.
It would be
Yeah.
under, features and traits.
I know. That's what I've
And then class features.
Yeah, but it's not.
Not finding what you're looking for?
No, not by any means of the word.
Let me see how fast I can find it on my end.
Sorry for the boring.
Stick with us as you check out Jason Wardell of In the Vast Forest on Spotify and Bandcamp. If you haven't already listened to it, you should. You're missing out. You're making a mistake. Sometimes, when I just need a moment to think, I'll put Jason Wardell of In the Vast Forest on Spotify and Bandcamp onto my radio, and I'll just drive to the sweet dulcet tones of ones and zeros from synthesizer music. And I like to think as if I'm staring off into space. And it's pleasant. And I recommend you do it too.
You should do tonight. Just go outside. Turn off all the lights. Look up at the stars.
And imagine you were in your own Spelljammer campaign.
How cool would that be? Imagine you see the Starhammer flying above.
Did you find what you were looking for?
No, you
Dang
found
it.
what you were looking for.
Not
You mean?
yet.
I mean, I was looking for what you wanted me to. I don't
Yes.
have anything from insight.
Okay.
So when it comes to like some other things like investigation, like I have advantage to recall information about Fae, Fiends, or Undead because of Hunter's Bane. So I don't
Okay,
know
I
if
think
that's
that's
what
what
you're
I was
speaking
looking
of.
for. Yeah.
Hunter's Bane is pretty specific. Because I have that history, I have advantage ×2 because of Hunter's Bane and Grim Psychometry.
Yeah.
Arcana, I think that's also Hunter's Bane. Yeah. So.
I think that was the one I was thinking of specifically.
Religion would have been a 22 if that's better, but yeah, that's pretty well she wrote on that.
As you stop to examine Hal, you do realize like there's a very celestial presence about him.
As we're kind of walking up to the Fantail deck, I go, Hal, do you understand me?
And he nods.
I like stop. You know what I said?
Nods again.
You've seen me naked.
Reluctantly nods again.
Wait a second, what? Can you speak?
Shakes his head.
Are you capable of speaking under normal circumstance?
No, I have to look something else up. So you should plug something else.
37 sessions in, and I really just, as the Brits say, I think take a piss at it, because I had something cool. You know, when your DM plans something and you go, man, that's really neat.
Since day one, baby.
I like that. I should explore that more often, and you know, you just don't quite get the chance to. You know, in 37 sessions, I guess technically it'd be like 32, maybe later, 30. You finally get to it. But check out Roll for Sketch on Instagram because you need new art, and you should pay her to do some for you because she's awesome. So
Facts.
get a commission for your party.
I just looked up what I was trying to figure out.
Okay.
And you hear a voice in your head. And it says, yes, I can speak.
I'm gonna drop my pillow on my blanket. Huh? Why now? Why after all this time? You've been in my room for 18 months? 19 months?
Obeying orders.
From?
Themis.
Who are you? What are you?
A watchful protector.
Are you really a mudbat?
No.
What are you?
I am stuck as this form.
From Themis?
Yes.
What were you before this?
I was once a deva.
A what?
A deva. A celestial entity. Selected by the gods. As a watchful protector of you.
What? You were waiting on that ship knowing I was going to be on it?
Sometimes there is fate.
What do you do now?
Watch.
Do you ever go back to your celestial self?
No. I'm stuck like this.
Forever?
For a while. I suppose until Themis releases me.
Why'd you not say anything?
You never asked.
Why would I have to ask? If the mudbat in my room speaks.
Why did you ask me today?
Because you have a light in your eyes that I've never seen before. Presumably since Themis has been free, I'm sure.
It has... My powers have swelled since you freed him. but specifically, Themis's powers have swelled. In recent moments, even.
You have powers.
Locked away, yes.
I'm mad at you.
I'm sorry.
Who goes around and picking a pillow and doing like that? Why would I ask you if you can talk?
What would you ask me?
Then or now?
Yes?
I don't know. Could you help me?
In what way?
Any knowledge, expertise? So many times could you've just been a ear to listen to, you know?
I always have listened.
I know, but I didn't know you could actually understand me.
I suppose I'm sorry.
It's fine. I'm just quite tired.
I could imagine. What you have accomplished tonight goes further than anything you have done henceforth.
I know, I could tell. I could really tell. I feel different.
As do I.
It feels different, you know?
I do. I know exactly what you mean.
Well, if I was going to sleep on the Fantel deck, I know you don't necessarily catch a whole lot of fresh air.
That would be enjoyable.
I'll set up a little sleeping position there on the Fantel and eventually just go to sleep. Tell Hal, like, hey, we'll talk plenty. But I need to get some rest.
I was afraid of that. That we will talk plenty. But get rest, as must I.
I go sleep.
Okay. You fall asleep in the wide beyond of the looming sky that sits above Bistro Tar. You take your long rest. Hal kind of curled up next to you. Peaceful. Eventually you wake up in the morning to the sound of tinkering in the decks below.
So I'll kind of pack my stuff up and go put it back in my room, then I'll find Zage, which is, I presume, who is tinkering away.
Yep.
Anything you would like to take care of in this last day? I believe we'll be heading out in the morning.
No, not entirely.
Very good.
I'm ready.
Yeah, me too.
Where are we off to?
Akara.
After the
Thrice Green.
After the Thrice Green, okay.
I'll keep our heads on a swivel, but yeah, I think it's worth.
Yes.
And then maybe some surveillance. Up to the the 10th planet, which I do not know. But check
I
out.
about blurted it out.
Yeah. Check out that the Githar. So
Sounds like we're in it now.
yeah, it's pretty safe to say. Times are changing. Times are changing very fast. But with the addition of a reef, I feel more comfortable.
Good.
I think she'll be a huge benefit in those moments.
She will be.
We well enough stocked on repaired supplies and food.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Oh.
Sorry. I thought that was a statement, not a question.
Oh no.
Yes,
sorry.
we are very ready, stocked, and good to go.
Good.
I don't honestly know where Paizo or Brish are.
Okay. Well, they both know we were leaving today, so
Yes.
rather tomorrow. But if they don't show up, I guess we'll leave without them.
Bold move, Commander.
Just kidding. We'll find them, and then we'll beat them up. You know.
That's extreme.
Yeah, you're right.
A little bit of hazing on the ship? That's
Thanks
new.
No, don't want to do that. Thanks for talking me out of it.
I'm glad. I was a little worried, honestly. I was like, man, one night and the power's really gone to your head.
You're right. We'll
had
just
to
hang
start
them upside
rethinking.
down from the ship as we fly
Oh,
at supersonic speed. Just kidding.
okay.
Okay.
Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Oh, stop. Well, I'll just be around this today, I think. So,
The ship.
I don't
Okay.
really have much else to take care of. Get
Well.
things ready.
I apologize about the noise, but we're about done with repairing fixing the ballistas. And
Beautiful.
Arifia's been a huge help.
Great.
Not only repairing all the horrible damage, especially from that eye manga, but in actually making improvements upon the ship. So
Great.
we're good.
Phenomenal. That's great news.
A huge asset. Thank you, Kaz.
Yeah. Okay. Well, very good. Let's do it. Go down to the kitchen and maybe some breakfast. It's been a while since I probably cooked my own food, so
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's probably kind of nice, and
Yeah.
I'll just hang around the ship all day, kind of help around where I need to. Help Arifa, just kind of talk to her a little bit, get to know her just a little bit. Nothing too crazy yet, to where she feels overwhelmed, but help her out and ask recommendations on things, and just take it really slow. I think that's like the most important thing.
One thing you do notice in the kitchens is the incredibly nice cookware that is
Good.
borderline brand new.
Good.
From a little bit of cash flow.
Yeah.
But you enjoy your time on the ship.
Which I'll definitely like. Yeah, that's right. I got a nice little hangout spot in the
You sure do.
basement now.
Yep,
so.
in the galley. Yeah.
Yep, so
Where it's kind of like almost like a den
Yeah.
in a way, where it's very cozy,
Yeah.
comfortable.
I'll work on some maps in there in the afternoon a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Have a nice little fire going or something.
Late into the evening, well past dinner time, Pizor shows up. And then, very close to midnight, Brish shows up.
Good.
I don't know if you'd be awake at that time or.
No, I'll probably crash. 'Cause I'm sure that was one of those nights where I only ended up getting like 4 hours of sleep. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know.
Absolutely. You woke up pretty early.
Yeah.
Like, it was probably like you fell asleep at 4, woke up at 8.
yeah.
So, a little groggy, a little tired, but hanging in there.
Yeah. And I guess I would have definitely told Hal like, hey, go fly, go do your thing today. You know.
Of course, I would like to see Inti, as you have called it.
So hopefully he comes back, but you know.
He does.
Yeah.
Before Pizor and before Brish.
Guess I wake up on the 21st.
I was looking at my notebook for the first time this evening.
And I probably for the first time, I probably didn't suit up yesterday by any means. And I don't think I really did the day before that either. Because I guess when I went down and I did the demonstration, I think I'd had my shirt off.
You sure did.
So the wings were evidently shown from my back. Was the reason I had done that. So for the first time in a few days, probably, I actually adorned my armor. Get fully kitted up for that I haven't been in a while.
Yeah.
also put on the Gauntlets of Ogre power.
Okay.
So, which I haven't technically put them on yet. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Are those an attunement item?
they are.
Okay, cool. Yes.
Yeah.
So you put them on, you spend the time needed with them, and you attune to the Gauntlets of Ogre Power.
Yeah, so right now I have the Gauntlets of Ogre Power, the Ring of Invasion, and Orin Warbeer tuned. On attuning the robe of scintillating colors at the current moment. But I have it hung up in my room, kind of on display, so I can always look at it.
Yeah. Okay. So with the crew regathered, everybody meets for breakfast. Just summoned from the smells that's coming from the kitchen. Bresh appears and he says, I just wanted to prepare a special breakfast for the last time that we spent here on NT for a while. I kind of get the idea we're going to be leaving soon. And I don't know when we're going to come back, so I figure we celebrate. I didn't sleep last night, so I was up all night gathering ingredients. I took a trip to the Raw Wasp with Pizor. They actually killed one of the beasts out in the land, and so I helped to butcher it. And so that's what we're having for breakfast this morning is field beast. I don't know what they called it, honestly. They said it was some crazy name, and I couldn't even pronounce it, so I didn't try. I think that's what they call it. And Pfizer says, yes, that is what we called it, but you don't have to. It is
that's
just a field beast. It's fine.
Field beast. Yeah. Water bison, most generally known, but yeah.
I prepared a special steak and egg breakfast for everybody. Good hearty meal, so we're all prepared. But don't eat too much, because I don't want you to go into battle with an upset stomach. Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Brish. Well, everyone, we will be taking off to a new destination today. We're heading to a planet named Akara. It's 3 planets away. Zage, I'm not sure if you have guesstimated how long that would take us.
About 4 days.
Okay, so not a terrible expedition by any means. One thing I will say is we probably need to all have a head on a swivel. For what Octavian spoke of, the Thrycreen, all a little ruthless, a little tough-spirited, I guess is maybe a better word to say. So, but new territory, new potential dangers. Let's just all be prepared.
Sounds good, Captain. Commander.
Yeah, Commander. Marifa, continue your duties and as see fit. If I'm not available, ask Paizo.
I understand.
Alright. Yeah, let's finish our breakfast, and once we get everything tied off and ready to go, let's head sail.
Okay. And with that, we are going to take our mid-episode break.
Mid-roll.
So, stay tuned, because we're coming right back. We're going hot and heavy. We're going to be traveling, baby.
Travel time. See you in a second.
Hello, and welcome back to episode 37, where I'm not playing any music. So let me get that started. Do you know who plays our music? Have you heard before?
I have. It's a really, really awesome guy.
Yeah.
His name's Jason.
Oh, okay.
But you could probably find him as In the Vast Forest on Spotify and Bandcamp. And let me tell you, you probably won't be happier. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. Long, hard work week. You get home and you just want to relax. Stressful job. You just need that moment of serenity and peace.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you would really set that up for success? A little Jason Wardell.
There you go. You guys can hear him now playing in the background.
Ooh.
Makes you want to go sit in a deprivation tank and just put on some Jason Wardell.
That would be wild.
Yeah,
That
honestly.
We really would be on the Spelljammer.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That would be crazy.
One day.
Tune into us live as we just record us in a deprivation tank, listen to Jason.
Even my mind would go nuts.
Yeah, absolutely. Stranger things in real life.
Speaking of nuts.
What a transition.
I don't know where I was going with that.
So funny.
Just reset.
Okay.
Speaking of the story,
Sorry.
we're diving back in. You had just left from basically getting ready to depart. There wasn't an actual depart yet. And finally, after the breakfast is settled, the conversations have been had. There's kind of like a long pause, just like when we dove back into this episode. And finally, Zage finishes his cup of coffee, and he looks at the rest of you. He says,
Well, I suppose we're all waiting on me, aren't we?
I get up and I'll...
he kind of does the old man stand up where he slaps his knee and hoists himself up, and
What are you waiting for? Let's go.
and he hobbles off.
And I was already walking. The second he said that, I was already up and walking out of the room, going to the deck.
And there's a rush of movement as everybody kind of rushes off to their positions to get ready for the takeoff of the Starhammer. Eventually, as you feel the weight kind of fall beneath you from the Starhammer taking upon its own power away from the dock that supports it, you guys fall away from the sky docks. You rise up above the lake, and you start sailing off slowly. You lock off to each side of the Starhammer, and you see the gym runners flanking you on every side. And there's a salute from none other than Tantham Gym Hoarder himself. And as they peel away towards Nida and off to Raftport, you peel away, heading off into the great unknown. Zage chimes into your ear, and he says,
Carson, would you come down here, please?
Right away.
You join him in the spelljamming helm room, and he has the orrery up at the current moment, and his eyes are kind of glazed over. And he says,
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
and as you study the orrery, you see that the Ascanari dots that had been traveling on their way have arrived to the Terran fields, joining up with the few that had remained in the Scragglers. You remember the Scragglers that you had encountered, the ones that had chased you towards the Forgotten Stone Temple that once housed Zishan, where you first met the Thrycreen when they ambushed them and took over their ship. And then they took that ship way off into the distance, made a pit stop on what you now know as Akara, and then sent the ship onwards. From there, you guys had tracked as Ascanari's ship.
I'm sorry, can you just repeat that last sentence?
I don't know. What did I say?
You said something about they took the ship to Akara?
Yeah.
And then cast it away?
Yes,
Who did?
the Thrycreen.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Do you remember this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I say, did I
I
drop
just didn't hear-
information?
I just didn't hear you say Thrycreen whatsoever. I just heard
Oh.
you say... I thought we were still talking about the Ascanari elves.
No,
So
no,
I
no,
was
no.
like,
Yeah,
whoa,
no.
Whoa,
This
whoa.
was this was the
Like,
Thrycreen ship that they had commandeered, taken to Akara itself, and then that was the one ship that it stopped briefly, and then you saw it just kind of
Got
like
it.
veer off into nothing,
Yes.
to the point where even now you still see that dot, but every day it's getting further and further away, not intersecting with any orbits of planets, just heading off out of the sphere. But you guys had been tracking a fleet of Ascanari ships that were headed towards the Terran fields. After the encounter, the winking out of an entire ship from you personally, whenever you guys had ambushed the several that were waiting and kind of getting ready for something right before you got to the Stone Temple, there was several ships that disembarked from what you would guess is the moon of the 10th planet and started heading this way. And slowly now you see that they've arrived and they are gathered in one large area where the other ships were left remaining behind. And there was about 16 or so now there's about 18 ships total hovering around in that one area of the Terran fields. And in the direction you're headed off, it's about to your 7 o'clock. So it's not intersecting your path by any means. You're actually heading a little bit past of where Torvengard used to be, where now is just a vast emptiness, where all the asteroids have been blown apart and completely created a void in the Terran fields themselves. And you're heading off in one direction, straight towards the 9th planet, Akara. And Zage comes, he says, there is quite a few of those ships that have finally made it to the Terran fields. I'm going to keep an eye on them the entire time we're here, but I don't know what they're doing.
I guess unfortunately all we can do is keep an eye. I don't have a better answer for you than that, or a better mission for you. I think that we better keep a very close eye just in case. Keep me updated.
Can we warn NT in any way?
Yeah, of course we can. Yeah, we can have Paizo send a message.
We should.
Okay.
I would feel much better if they at least knew that several Ascanari ships are in the Terran fields.
Absolutely. Oh, we'll be right on that actually. Okay. Where's Paizo at?
Pizor would be in the den, in the galley, just lounging.
We'll find him.
Okay.
Paizo?
Or were you asking Sage that
I was,
question?
yeah, because I know he knows where everybody's at, so, but it's okay.
Paizo has his feet up. He's reading some book.
Oh, okay. He's in the den?
Yes.
I think that's what Birch is calling it. Excuse me. Oh, hustle down there. Hey, Paizo, are you in there? Oh.
Yes, so sorry. And he shuts the book.
Don't apologize. Do you, can you send a message today?
Yes, I can, actually.
Do you mind sending one to... Well, I think Tanthem might be the best one to send it to. Send a message to Tanthem just saying there are approximately 18 ships, enemy ships, that just entered the Dwarven fields. Terran field, I said Dwarven. Terran fields. And that he should let the king know. Be prepared.
What level of spell is sending? Is it 3rd level?
3rd.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I scrolled past it 3 times. Okay. Yes, I can send him the message. Is there anything else you would like me to tell him?
Tell him we'll keep him updated. It's probably important, but other than that, no.
Okay. Whereabout are they in the Terran fields?
Similar to where we had found the Thrycranes, so close to the Stone Temple.
Okay. Good.
So,
I will send the message.
very good. Thank you.
Okay.
And I'll walk back out and kind of just, as we're especially, are we flying now?
Yes.
Like we're
Yeah. At
jamming?
this point, you have left. You're jamming now, baby. You have left the orbit of Vistrotar itself, leaving the planet and its 2 moons behind. You're heading out at spelljamming speed.
Okay.
It is a 4-day journey, as Sage had told you. There is, for all intents and purposes, 4 days of downtime. Whatever you would like to accomplish in these days, something you would like to work towards, certain things you would like to do, that would be a good time.
I guess I would continue working on my map.
Okay.
Would be a big one, especially now that we're starting to get into new territory. Other than that, I would check like the upgrades that we made on the ship, like check out the ballista, get kind of comfortable in those situations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy.
Over the next couple of days, you notice that the Ascanari ships start to spread out slowly.
Which, yes, I would pay attention to that.
I figured.
Excuse me, yeah.
They start spreading out slowly through the Terran fields themselves, where they break off in groups of 4, and they start kind of like systematically seeking through the Terran fields themselves. One point they do stop at is the stone temple itself. Like, not, they search that entire area. It's hard to tell truthfully if they make it to the stone temple exactly, which collapsed at the end of the day into a book. So it would just be a hollow, empty asteroid for all intents and purposes. I tried to remind myself of as we spoke. But you head through the Terran fields, you watch them kind of comb through the Terran fields, making their way slowly in a circle, and every day they just get further and further away. Okay. And you watch them kind of stagger themselves. As one gets a certain amount of distance away, there is a group that starts to follow behind them. So they're not too far from each other at any time, and they're slowly spreading throughout all of the Terran fields by the time you get to day 4, they're probably about like a fifth to a quarter of the way spread throughout the Terran fields themselves.
Is the threat getting larger for Vistrotar or not?
It's definitely going closer to Vistrotar itself. Where they're growing towards, Vistrotar is orbiting away, so it's kind of keeping outpace, but eventually those two paths are going to intersect. The Terran fields aren't necessarily very close to Vistrotar. I can tell you about how far away they are.
I guess the big thing, all I'm trying to figure out is their concern.
Put it this way, a Spelljammer can cross 100 million miles in a day, and Vistrotar and the Terran fields are about less.
Yeah.
Sorry, now I'm trying to do math, and now that I'm on the spot, I look a fool.
But it's less than a day.
About 17 million miles away from each other. So that'd be like 3 hours or so. Depending on where you're at, of course.
1.7 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it would be based off of 24 hours, I guess, technically, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, not terribly far away from each other. They haven't necessarily ventured out of the Terran fields from what you've seen, but they're definitely getting closer.
Huh, okay. Well, I guess I would keep telling Pizor, keeping Tanthem in the loop as much as we can, I guess.
Yeah. Pizor pass along the message that Tanthem is not only appreciative of the information, but actively working to prevent their sight. They're routing their patrols and fishermen away from those areas, heading off in different areas, and flat out not sending out fishermen anymore. They're trying to minimize their presence.
Yeah.
And over the course of those days, you do get word that temples are starting construction.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Waste no time.
Waste no time.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. As you are about a day or half travel away from where you would arrive to Akara, there is a breakfast that you guys have, breakfast, dinner, whichever it be, and the subject is broached, and Zage is the one that brings it up. So, what exactly do we know about this planet that we're going to?
Not much.
That's helpful.
Oh, did you want more?
I was really hoping for more. You had seemed so dead set on getting here. I assumed you at least had some bit of knowledge.
Well, I think the only reason I'm dead set on getting here is so we can gain what would be potentially, at this point, the greatest ally we could probably have. Somebody that is equivalent in nature, if not greater, in jamming. Somebody with a technology that is similar to ours. And then from what Octavian talks about, they're pretty strong, but they're a little bit, they're tough on the outside. So.
Yeah, standoffish, that's for sure.
Yeah. I wish there was some way that you could send a message to the gentleman that we did meet.
I could try.
Well, you did that one time, but you didn't know what he said. That's the problem.
Perhaps he would understand regardless. I don't know, truthfully.
But you didn't understand the return is the issue.
I did not know at all.
Yeah. So, no, I don't know what to think and I don't know what to do, but we're going to try to find a place.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll be there tomorrow.
Okay.
Which would make that 4 days after the 21st of Charstill. So, about early morning of the 25th.
Perfect.
Any final acts of business before we head there? And how do we want to approach? Are we just taking the Star Hammer right in, or what are we doing?
Good point. I think so. I think we take it in. We be cautious. We take a very wide swoop, but we take the Star Hammer just in case. Because if we did have to bug out, that'd be the fastest way to do it. You know what I mean? So.
I agree. Well, I guess without any further business, it's nothing to it but to do it, right?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. We'll be prepared.
Okay.
Ballista's locked and loaded. And everybody at the ready. Okay.
And then, without further ado, you guys finally get sights on the planet. You see before you this planet that has this thick, hazy atmosphere that clings with clouds throughout the entire portion of the planet, to the point where you can't actually see the surface. It is this kind of like yellowish green haze that encompasses the entire thing and slowly peters out until it just stops entirely, like a dust cloud that surrounds the entire planet itself. How do you approach?
I go find Zage. Zage, there's one really important piece of information that I forgot to tell you that I forgot.
This is news? Okay.
We can't breathe the air
You can't breathe the air.
on Akara.
Okay.
According to Octavian, that is. I don't know if that's just because the planet is polluted, the air is polluted, but we can't breathe the air.
I think I know a solution, but it's going to take me a day.
And what's that?
A spell.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I could formulate the spell into a potion, and you could drink it, and you would have that protection. But if I'm not mistaken, I can only do it for the one of you.
Well, the ship's airbow will be fine.
Let me refer to my ship manual here.
Okay. Is that written by Tantum?
Yes, written by him. I've kind of made my own changes as we've gone along, but let me
me see if I can't find where I wrote it down, how long we can survive in a hostile atmosphere. Yeah, I know it was somewhere in here.
Is that how it works, though? If we go into a big space like that?
I'm getting to it right here. I do know we have 120 days
Okay.
of our personal air out in the out in wild space itself, which is quite a long time. But what is most important, and what I am now remembering, and what I finally found inside my notes here, that I scribbled inside the margins, is that when two air envelopes overlap each other, the larger envelope, which is going to be that planet, overcomes the air quality of our own. So essentially, we will take in all of that poisonous gas, or whatever, the poisonous atmosphere, what we cannot breathe. And therefore, we would have 120 days of unbreathable air before. Yes. Basically, what I'm saying is, if that's the case, I do not think it's wise we take the Star Hammer into that atmosphere.
Yeah, we most definitely should not.
Yeah. Now, the Chester is a self-contained unit. Once you open the cockpit, of course, it's exposed, but until then, it is encapsulated, and you could explore with it. Return, freshen up your air from the Star Hammer, and just kind of keep going back in, using us as what you previously called a scuba tank.
Okay. How would I eventually? But in order for me to get out of the Chester, in order to communicate.
That is where the potion I will make comes in handy.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to do this solo dolo.
Possibly. If you give me 2 days, I can give you 2 full days of coverage for 2 people.
Okay. Okay.
But that just delays what we're doing. I don't know if we're on a time crunch, but judging by the orrery, I wouldn't want to hesitate too long.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so let's Pizor and I are gonna go scout. You get on one of the potions then.
Of course.
And we'll be back, and that'll set us up for tomorrow for me to go and hopefully communicate.
Okay.
Okay.
We will stay outside of the orbit here and just await your return.
Very well. Go find Pizor and tell him to suit up. It's going down.
You find Pizor, and he says, okay, I suppose I am ready. No time like the present, I suppose. What are we looking for?
Population. Some type of city structure. Something.
Okay. And what happens if we find it?
I'm going to come back tomorrow on my own and see if I can communicate.
I don't care for that idea. And I just switched voices.
That was trippy.
Sorry, it's just something I've been practicing because sometimes I think it's kind of funny to mock Sage. He gets really cranky when I do it.
Yeah, we have talked about that before.
Yes. Yeah. It's really funny. I've gotten pretty good at it too, so.
Yeah. It's not like I like it, but we don't really have a choice. So it is what it is. Let's go, we're wasting time.
Now, if I do recall, that one lady that we talked to.
Yeah, Antonia.
Antonia, did she not give you some kind of necklace?
She did. Balls of breathing.
Balls of breathing? I didn't know that's what it is called.
Do you not pay attention?
Honestly, I tried to forget as much as I could from
The
that
necklace of air bubble.
Mm.
But I don't necessarily have an item and I don't know what it does. So
Oh, silly DM.
that's okay. Did you have a time to research it then in that book you're reading?
Yes, that's exactly what I was reading.
Okay.
Actually,
So what does this do?
No, what the necklace of air bubble does is it casts the air bubble spell once per day.
And what does that do?
You can breathe. You basically have a self-contained
For how long?
24 hours.
Okay. But I'd only be able to do it on myself then.
Correct. Or
So-
whoever's wearing it.
If I put that on, and then I can do that, or you can, or I can drink the potion, whatever. So we can both. Okay. Well, let's plan on that. Today's scouting though, because no matter what, Zage needs a day. So let's go. Let's go see what we can find out.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay.
The pair of you head off to the Chester. And you kind of get an apprehensive feeling of the unknown and the daunting task that is before you. You load up into the Chester. With one final look back, you see the automatons all on the deck, saluting you, waving off your goodbye. And you pull away from the Starhammer as it orbits slowly around Akara. The two of you head straight in towards the thick miasma that orbits around this planet itself. And it starts even before you get into it. You kind of start not seeing, but more so feeling as an extension of yourself, the small particles of dust and debris that hit your windshield of the Chester. And you can kind of see the streaks, the dirty streaks that go across the windshield itself and the cockpit from the dust cloud that surrounds the entire planet. As you're heading in, it gets thicker and thicker to the point where you cannot see almost anything.
Yikes.
The light of Ariandus, the sun, essentially. Spoiler alert, I guess I just gave you the name of the sun. As you head in, the light kind of reflects off of this thick dust cloud and gives it this like brights in a headlight, or bright headlights in a heavy fog, where it just reflects back to you, but it kind of luminesces all around you itself, to where it's not really helping your vision by any means, but it does brighten up the area instead of just being pitch black heading through a thick fog. As you're just heading off in a very slow path, wary of impacting anything. You break through, and immediately you see the planet down beneath you. The only way to describe it is hostile. It is a wasteland planet where, stretching throughout everything in front of you, you don't see any sources of water. All you see is dry, cracked, rocky surface. Occasionally you'll see a small tree growing up, barren of all of its leaves. In the distance, you see the source of this miasma, this fog that hangs around the entire planet itself, or at least one source, a very large, active volcano. Maybe not a volcano itself, but a mountainous structure that is spewing this gas constantly, and it is way off in the distance. This planet is much smaller than Vistrotar by any means, but clearly a lot bigger than Torvengard itself. You're able to zip around the entire planet, not in a day by any means, but you're zipping around over the terrain, looking for any sign of life, and it is nothing. There is just dead trees, no signs of civilization, mountainous in some areas, flat expanse in others. Every now and then you'll see like a fissure that spreads throughout the ground itself, where that dry, cracked ground has grown into a canyon. But everything you see, nothing. No life.
Mm-hmm. Does it feel like any of the fissures or big cracks or something that you could actually enter?
Absolutely.
I would say like after like a pretty long search of, for the most part, not finding anything, then I'd go start taking it into one of those and seeing.
Okay. As you get closer to the planet's surface and head in towards the fissures, you kind of see the heat wave that mirages as it's exiting out of the fissures themselves. And you head down through it, and immediately as you get past it, you see clinging to the rocks, or clinging to the sides of the fissures and the canyons, are what look like kind of like a coral reef, but if that coral reef was the most alien, colorless structures you could imagine. There are various different structures that look plant-like in general. Some are thin and branching, some are round and tubular and kind of like slowly just breathe itself, where you can see there's the gas that hangs throughout the area, or air gets pulled in and pushed back out of what almost looks like a sponge kind of coral. I know a sponge is not a coral, so don't at me. It's an organism, but as it kind of breathes through, you can see it not filtering out the air, but it pulls it in and pushes it back out. There are, of course, smaller structures and everything, but throughout this entire portion, you do not see actual life. It gets darker and darker the deeper you go into the fissure, and you're starting to lose all the light that would be able to see past. And as at that point, Pizor says, "We have two options. I have the light, the ability to cast light on an object. I suppose we could try it on the Chester and just see if it would illuminate the exterior and we could see past. But it'd be a beacon."
Right, I have the same ability. Let's keep going for a little bit.
Okay. Down, exploring further through the canyon. What's about out?
I would assume I keep going down.
Okay. As you go further and further down, the life gets more alien to the point where it's more like spindly structures that seem to reach out. You notice the fog and the haze does get thinner and thinner. As you continue on, you see cracks in the rock on the canyon sides. Definitely too small for the Chester itself. You could definitely squeeze in by yourself without the Chester. Nothing, though, of note. You don't see any signs of civilization.
I have no idea where they could be, Pizor.
I could send a message.
Yeah, but you don't understand them.
Maybe they understand me. I could just tell them we are here on their planet. We think we are on their planet, and we are searching for them. I don't know.
Well, I guess what it would have hurt. I'll take us back out to the top of the fissure then, and maybe go from there.
Okay. As you head out to the back, or the top of the fissure, it gets hazier and hazier and hazier, until finally it has that eerie, if you played Fallout, that kind of like radiation storm coloration, where everything has muted colors of mostly like an orangish brown. You pull out of the fissure itself, and Pizor, behind you, starts talking, and he says, "Mr. Tricream, if you are out there, I believe we are on your planet. We are looking for you. We want to help." There's a long pause, and then he talks to you. He says, "He heard me, that's for sure. I have no idea what he said. He sounded maybe less angry than the last time, but that could just be an assumption."
Yeah, that's pretty safe to say. That could be an assumption, huh? All right, let's keep our eyes on peak, and we'll kind of keep scouring about here and just see if something pops up. Other than that, I have zero idea.
Make a perception check.
It's not worth us taking a ridiculous risk on something. Perception.
Perception!
2.
2. Okay. That's funny. My dice is on a 2 as well. I didn't roll it though. Pfizer could roll. Natural 1. So,
Good job. That's the first time you've rolled in many sessions.
yeah, it is. Are we even playing D&D or are we just
I know.
role-playing together? I don't know at this point. Tabletop role-playing game. They never say dice in the title. Anyways, as the two of you are trying to scan for any signs of life, you hover very slowly over the fissure, heading off. You notice off in the distance another fissure. Rising past that is a mountain range that slowly morphs into that one large volcano that spews it, and you're getting closer towards that volcano itself.
That was my last thought.
And then you do notice, like, off in the far, far distance, as you've gotten closer to this volcano, following that mountain range, far off, you see another one rise up and spewing out this gas.
What are the odds that they're through that volcano? Like, that's the entry point to the city.
I mean, it's not impossible, right?
I know. Nothing's impossible when it's out of our norm.
Can you just handle it?
I think so. It doesn't appear to be necessarily dangerous outside of maybe toxic. But
Agreed.
it's worth a shot.
What are we doing other than just
Yeah.
trying
Alright.
to find you?
Taking us in.
Okay.
Taking us to the first volcano right there.
You shoot up the side of the mountain, very similar to whenever you and Tantham had blasted up the side of Torvengard, and then when you, Pizer, and Zishan beat feet down the side of Torvengard. A very familiar feeling as you careen up the side of this mountain, heading towards spewing cap. You break the surface, the actual, I don't know if it'd be a caldera at that point, but you break the mountaintop peak, and you look in, and you just see the thick cloud of gas obscuring all your vision.
What do you think?
What if we hit something? Where are we going? What are we looking for?
Well, we're looking for a civilization.
Right? But I can't see past that, honestly.
No, me neither. Feels like too high of a risk.
I agree.
Okay, let's punt. What is there to see? I mean, there's nothing.
I don't know.
No, me neither. I have no idea.
Maybe we get away from the mountain range. I don't know. See what else there is. Fly not with the mountain range, but away.
Right, I thought we did that. Haven't we been flying around for hours?
There is more planet to explore, I suppose.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten to the other. We didn't loop the entire planet.
Okay, let's do that then.
Okay. Make another perception check. That's what Pizer.
Natural one.
Nice. I like it. I like it. Pizer did do a bit better. Let me see what he actually
I should tell you
rolled.
the real roll. 0.
Heck yes. Okay.
A whole lot of nada.
As you are flying around, you're kind of lost in direction, purpose, and you don't realize, or I guess you wouldn't know any better, but you fly right over what would be a vent, kind of like a geyser in a sense, and all of a sudden you are blasted from underneath with hot air, which you wouldn't feel truthfully, but a burst of air that blasts and shakes the Chester itself, and you feel pebbles and rocks and boulders smashing into the bottom side of the Chester.
Take damage?
You do take a bit of damage.
Would I be that close to the surface? I mean, that's fair, but...
If you're looking for anything, I would assume so.
Okay.
You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, or the Chester does.
Right. Does it automatically hit?
Yes.
Okay.
I had to think about that one. And then, as you guys stabilize from the large blast that kind of shakes the Chester where it's at, it kind of disorientates you for a moment, and you reorientate yourself and start heading off in the direction. And Pizor points over your shoulder, and he says, "What is that?" And as you look and you follow his direction of where he's pointing, you see off in the distance is what looks to be a very large tent-like structure. Easily probably like a 3-story house.
Okay.
Tent-like structure.
It looks like something.
I suppose,
Looks like life.
if we can call it that, yes.
Yes.
And this would be,
But I don't want to get too close.
yeah, I was gonna say, this would probably be an hour or so away from that volcano that you guys have been traveling, heading off to a more barren landscape until finally you do see that or that TP-like structure.
Yeah, I don't want to get too close to where there's an expectation of communication where we can't meet.
What is your definition of too close?
Well, if they wanted to communicate, or we need to communicate in order to parlay or save our lives, I don't know how well we can communicate through the ship.
I can send enough that message.
Yeah, but I mean, what good will that do? I don't
Not
wanna
good at all.
Yeah, I don't want to waste resources. We could always see if Zage is finished. How long have we been at this? So
Probably
it's
like
8 hours. 10
yeah, I
hours.
was gonna say 6 to 8 hours. So the better portion of a day.
We could always wait for Zage to be finished. Or I could drop you back off and I could come back down.
I do not like that idea.
Well, I don't either, but we can't keep wasting and twiddling your thumbs.
At the very least, you need to bring an automaton if you're gonna go alone. I don't think they breed, do they?
No, they're automatons. I don't know how much longer Zage would need. You know? But if we get close enough, I want to be able to communicate with him, which I can, via comprehend languages, but through the ship, I don't know if that'll go well or not. I don't know.
It is hard to tell. I mean, they know what a ship is.
True. Screw it. Okay. Taking us in.
Okay. You head towards the large, very large TP-like structure.
Very large.
Very large.
Comprehend language lasts for an hour, if I recall. Okay. When I get within reason, less 5 minutes away, I cast comprehend languages.
Okay.
Cover my bases.
Absolutely. As you are heading in towards this structure, you can start to kind of make out what it is, and it is 100% a structure. It is not part of the landscape. It is large logs that are positioned in something like a teepee, and it is tanned hides around the exterior. The hides themselves look more like armor than hide by any means, and as you get closer you can see they're kind of studded with bone protrusions that stick out, like almost like teeth in a way. Around the outside you see the the husks of what would have been Thrycreen at some point, dead and kind of on display, and pinned to the hide. Think of it like the weird people. Sorry, if you collect bugs, I'm sorry. The weird people that take like butterflies and insects and pin them to a board. There is essentially these creatures speared into the side of this hide-like teepee, where the Thrycreen have been speared to it and left to rot and dry and fall away.
Yeah, Paizo, this is definitely not the Thrycreen.
Make a perception check.
This is something else, much larger. 10.
Okay. Let me roll.
I mean, am I gonna get hit by something that I can see when I'm flying to it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I rolled another natural one, by the way.
Oh, wow, weird.
I know. On a roll. Of the 6 rolls that we have made in 6 episodes,
Yeah, this is not great.
half of them are ones, so. That just means you gotta stay tuned for next episode when we only roll natural 20s. Okay. As you immediately go, nope, this is not the place. You take a wide berth, turn, and as you peer over to your right, Pizor gasps, and you both look in and you see the back of this creature that is huddled inside of the teepee, and it is not alone by any means. There is 2 others with it that are kind of facing away from each other and looking in towards the teepee. They're all within the teepee, and you can kind of see just the flap held open. And this large creature with this kind of like rhinoceros skin and kind of a small spikes all along the back, and it goes into a long tail. It is bipedal and hunched over and kind of like squatted, talking with the other ones. You can't hear it by any means, but you can see it gesturing wildly, and that's when you kind of peel off and head off away from it. I don't know.
How much sound does a gesture make?
Not much.
I go up and over to the opposite side of the entry point,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to listen.
You wouldn't be able to hear through the Chester.
I can't hear through the Chester?
Yeah, I mean it's a sealed
It's like
vessel.
soundproof?
Yeah, I mean it'd be like inside a car.
Uh-huh.
You can maybe hear some like deep bass rumblings.
Well, that's why I kind of figured their voices would be really deep.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
And I couldn't make out the words that they're saying.
Make another perception check. With guidance, as Pizor. Like, Pizor knows what you're doing, so he casts a guidance on you. 12.
Yeah.
Nothing that you can hear, only that you can feel. You can feel the
So I won't be able
reverberations
to,
of the
okay,
bass
so
voice.
so then at that point, if I know that, then I wouldn't be able to communicate through the. I won't be able to communicate through the ship, anyways.
Yes, correct.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess I'll just boogie away. I'm
Okay.
using that as a kind of a tail sign. I guess I'll continue to go in that direction I was coming from the mountains to see if I can find the Thrycreen.
Okay, so continuing deeper.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You head deeper and deeper into what becomes this large, sprawling, barren landscape, an endless desert. And as you leave this terrifying teepee behind you, that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Okay. Goodness. Giant rhinos.
Giant rhinos.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have it all. Flying ships, giant rhinos,
And rolling dice.
and dice that only roll one number more often than not, which is 1.
But thank you guys so much for joining us for episode 37. We have...
Thanks, guys. We appreciate it so much.
We've kind of taken a full loop. We've had some hot and heavy action, and then we have cooled down for some long episodes of some role play, and I think we might be heading into some heavy action again.
So catch us next time on episode number 38 of Commander's Log.
38, holy smokes, can you believe it?
And until then, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend. Have a great night.
Thank you so much.
And we greatly appreciate you. Guys, see ya.
See you next time.